Hello, and thank you for taking the time to review cybersecurity risks and protection for your business. My name is Marilyn Cook, Marketing Manager at Professional Insurance Programs. One of the core components of our agency mission is to provide and share information, whether in person or virtually, with our clients. We hope you find this topic useful, and as always, if you have questions about insurance matters, we're here to help. So let's get started.
Hello and welcome. My name is Paul Allen, and I'm with Professional Insurance Programs. Today we will cover a critical issue that every business should be prepared for: cybersecurity risks and the importance of cyber insurance. We're excited to help you better understand how cyber insurance can protect your business from serious threats in today's digital world. Today we'll go over some of the common cyber threats. We'll provide examples of some cyber incidents. We'll explain what cyber insurance covers. And finally, we'll discuss how you can start the process of securing cyber insurance coverage for your business. Nearly every business now relies on digital data and capabilities in order to operate. This is really what led to the creation of cyber insurance policies only a couple of decades ago. Cyber incidents are now one of the top financial risks faced by businesses. Healthcare providers in particular rely heavily on digital systems. They store very sensitive public information, which makes them a prime target for a cyber attack. Large companies are the ones that make the headlines for major data breaches, but cyber criminals target smaller businesses too. Small businesses can be easier targets, and they often have weaker security measures in place. A cyber incident can do more than just breach your data. It can cause massive financial, operational, and reputational setbacks. Here are several financial consequences of a cyber attack. A ransom or payment demand might be needed in order to secure an encryption key. Costs to notify patients and clients can be significant. You'll be obligated to do that by state law after a cyber attack. A forensic investigation will need to be done. Your business might not be able to continue operating. Operational consequences are also a concern. Some of your data could be lost forever. An interruption to your business might cause employees to leave. There are also reputational consequences. There could be lawsuits from affected third parties. There can be a loss of trust. Your good reputation could also be damaged. Now let's take a look at 3 common cyber threats and their consequences: ransomware, data breaches, and business interruption. Each of these can cause serious damage. Ransomware is a type of malicious software or malware that prevents you from accessing your computer files, systems, or networks. To regain access, you must pay money, usually in the form of cryptocurrency. Often there's a deadline. If you don't pay on time, your data might be lost permanently. This flowchart helps to explain the steps involved with a ransomware demand. First, there's an outside attack. Attackers infiltrate your system using methods like phishing emails, malicious links, or by exploiting software vulnerabilities. Once inside, malware is deployed and it spreads through your network, targeting files and systems. Attackers typically aim to access as many resources as possible. Then, data is encrypted, which locks you out of your system. A ransom demand occurs next. That's typically a message or an email that informs you your data is locked. To unlock the data, an encryption key and get an encryption key, a payment will be needed. Attackers set a deadline for payment, threatening to permanently delete or publicly expose sensitive data if payment isn't made by a certain date. The demand will include specific payment instructions designed to make the transaction harder to trace. Then there's the decision point. Should I pay or not? If the ransom is paid, attackers may or may not provide the decryption key. If not paid, recovery will involve restoring data from backups or rebuilding systems. Lastly, there are post-incident actions to consider. Organizations should analyze vulnerabilities, update security protocols, and conduct employee cybersecurity training to prevent a future attack. A data breach occurs when unauthorized parties access sensitive data or confidential information, and this would include things like social security numbers, bank account numbers, healthcare data, corporate data, customer records, intellectual property, or financial information. When a breach occurs, businesses are legally required to notify those who could be affected. That can be very costly. In addition, there's an extensive forensic investigation that will need to be done to determine the extent of the breach. Cyber insurance can help by paying for the cost to do those things. The flowchart helps to explain how a breach occurs. The entry point represents how attackers initially breach the system. It's usually done by using a phishing email, a malicious link, or by exploiting other system vulnerabilities. Once the system is accessed, the attacker can identify the sensitive data and files. When a breach occurs, there are legal requirements that you must comply with. A forensic analysis must be done, and affected individuals and other parties must be notified in writing. The costs associated with a breach of non-public information can be significant. If not done properly, one can be subject to fines and penalties. A cyber incident can also disrupt business operations. For example, if your computer system goes down, could you still operate effectively? For many, the answer would be no. It's important to remember that a standard business insurance policy typically won't cover a cyber-related interruption. This timeline helps illustrate a business interruption and the amount of time it can take to get operations fully restored. The impact can last days, weeks, or even months, depending on the situation. In some cases, unfortunately, a cyber interruption could prove fatal for a business. Preventing cyber incidents is crucial for businesses to safeguard their data and to avoid costly interruptions. Some suggested actions to take: conduct employee awareness and training, control access, multi-factor authentication should be implemented, regularly update and patch software, back up your data regularly and securely, implement email security measures, conduct security audits and vulnerability assessments, and have an incident response plan ready in case it's ever needed. For small businesses, a cyber attack isn't just a costly inconvenience, it's a threat to survival. Here are some statistics emphasizing that small businesses are not only frequent targets of cyber attacks, but they often suffer long-lasting consequences that can affect their ability to stay in business. Nearly half of the data breaches reported in 2023 happened to small businesses. Statistically, over half of the small businesses that sustain a cyber attack will be forced to close within 6 months after the attack. Nearly 2/3 of small businesses experienced some type of cyber incident in 2022, and 40% were targeted by a ransomware demand specifically. In 2022, a group of healthcare clinics in the US fell victim to a ransomware attack. The attack locked up the organization's computer systems, which made it impossible for employees to access medical records for weeks. The estimated financial cost was in the millions. The reputational damage was also very significant. Cyber insurance policies can cover the unique challenges a business will face after a cyber attack. Key coverages included are ransom payment capability, so encrypted data can be accessed again, costs to recover lost data, and costs to notify those affected by a data breach, payments to offset lost revenue due to a business interruption, and payments for legal costs and fines that might be levied. Maybe as important as those coverages, a cyber insurance claims team will help you handle a cyber incident both professionally and in accordance with the law. So how do you get started? Well, the first step is to assess your business's risk. We at Professional Insurance Programs can help you with that. We can guide you through a quick cyber risk assessment and discuss different policy options to consider. Cyber insurance isn't a one-size-fits-all. We will help you tailor the right fit for your business. I want to thank you all for joining and recap some key points. Cyber threats are real. They can cause serious financial and operational harm, and cyber insurance is an essential layer of protection for your business. To learn more, please reach out to us. We can be reached at 800-637-4676, or you may refer to our website at www.insuranceformembers.com.